realize. Hello, everybody. I realized. Oh, my audio's working fine. Let me go ahead and mute that so that's not annoying. Okay, so it would be helpful if maybe I put the name of the game that I'm playing in the title, so maybe people can find it. So let me do that. I'm streaming from my PlayStation, now that my PlayStation is not inevitably going to explode. I was having issues with it running certain games because I had not cleaned it since I bought it. And that's stupid. No! That's fine. I just accidentally, there we go, zoomed out my desktop. This game is quite loud in my headphones, or at least this mini music is. Alright, we've got chat is available. Okay. So, I already came in and set up a bunch of the settings. We're going to turn this music down. Yeah. Okay. I'll probably turn the master volume down a little bit, at least like 10%. Okay. So what we're doing here... Oh, hang on. What we're doing here is we're going to take a look at this game. Now, here's the thing. This game is... I don't have to tell you, this game's super controversial, right? And some people hate this game, and they've never played it. They just make a bunch of... Either they make assumptions, or they just listen to YouTubers about why this game is bad and woke. That's it. That's right. We're evoking the W word already. But this game is bad. It's woke. It's DEI this and that. And I look, listen. I kind of need to see for myself, right? I need to experience if this game is as bad as people act like it is, or if this game is fine, or maybe if it's somewhere in between. Like maybe the gameplay's fine and the writing is just kind of meh. Okay. All of that said, the reason why I titled this as being unbiased ? So I don't hate this game. I don't think it's bad. Let me rephrase that. I don't know it's bad. Yeah, I could think it's bad, but I don't know that it's bad. I need to experience it to know that, right? But also, I've played the first Dragon Age game. You can check out on my channel where I did a full Let's Play of Dragon Age Origins. I didn't hate Origins, but I didn't love it. I'm kind of medium on it, and I'm like I said, I'm kind of medium on it, and it's because I think the writing is good, great voice acting performances, the graphics and stuff are not a huge deal for me. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, it looks bad. The game's old, okay? I don't care if an old game doesn't look photorealistic. So I'm not a Dragon Age fanboy. Like, plain and simple. I don't hate the series, I just haven't interacted with it a lot. I've not played Dragon Age 2, I've not played Inquisition, and I like the setting. I guess my deal is I didn't like the combat in Origins so much that it's kept me away from other games in the series, although I've been told that like Dragon Age 2 improved on the combat, and I think just from what little I've seen of Dragon Age 2, it's a little bit more action oriented, it's a little bit more flashy. What I've come to realize about myself in the past couple of years is I am not a fan of real time with pause combat. I'm not a fan of the kind of combat that's in the old Infinity Engine games, like Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2. I don't like that. When I made it maybe like a third of the way through or something like that of the first Pillars of Eternity game. Great setting, good writing, great characters. I hate the combat. I really do, and I hate to lower the difficulty on a game because if I feel like the game has beaten me. But I don't find the combat engaging or the combat systems engaging, and I kind of felt that way about Dragon Age Origins. So yeah, it's kind of kept me off the series for a while. Like I said, I've heard that 2 improved on the combat. I've heard the writing in Inquisition is good. The character stuff is good, but other than that little bit of knowledge, I'm not like some super fan of Dragon Age coming into this game with like really high expectations that the game can never meet. So I don't have that bias. I don't know for a fact this game is bad and woke and all of that kind of stuff. So this is, if you're watching this is the closest you're going to get to a kind of fresh perspective on this game that's not from a veteran of the series that's upset that the game isn't their favorite game anymore. Because from what I understand, they're like the Dragon Age fan base is not like consistently in agreement on what their favorite game is. The people who like Origins don't like 2. The people that like 2 don't like Origins. The people that like Inquisition don't like 2 or whatever. I don't care. It's immaterial to my experience with the game. Okay. So yeah, I don't have the bias of being like a turbo fan of the series that's going to be immediately disappointed by the game. My bias coming into this is that I like good writing. I can identify good writing and good characterization. Okay, I'm a big role-playing game fan, so this game should be right up my alley, right? So I have that bias, and the reason why I said unbiased with a question mark is there's no such thing as unbiased. I believe that everyone has biases. However, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, being biased for or against something is not necessarily a bad thing. It adds to the nuance of a discussion, and being able to identify bias is a skill that needs to be cultivated. But on top of that, of needing to like identify it, you need to understand that it's not a bad thing. Like, having biases is not bad. Alright, all of that out of the way. I don't know anything about the story of this game. The only things I know about this game are things that people have like thrown out into the social media sphere as far as memes and complaints and stuff. And I'm saying it right now. I've seen stuff from this game that people have painted the game in a negative light, but the well is not poisoned for me. So, this is as close as you're going to get, at least on my channel, of a unbiased, kind of fresh view on this game. Okay. So, we've got all of that out of the way. We're doing pretty good. Okay. I'm not used to having... Can I pop this out? Okay. So, I'm still in this unfortunate position of when I stream off of my console, I've got to figure out something with my monitor setup. Let me just put it that way. Okay. Also, my goal for tonight is probably... Oh, they're talking.
Solus. Smart, thoughtful, loved to hear himself talk. But long ago, he had a different name. The Dreadwolf. Ancient elven god of lies, or heroic rebel against tyranny, depending on which story you believe. In his desperate fight against the corrupt elven gods, Solus imprisoned them, creating a veil that split our world from the raw magic of the Fade. He had won. But the veil cost the elves everything. Their magic, their freedom, even their immortality. Now, Solus wants to tear down that veil and undo the damage he caused, even if that means our world has to burn. Somebody's gotta stop him, and that's where you come in.
Okay. Oh, you actually can play as a Kunari in this. That's kind of cool. Alright, oh, wow, the height differences. Okay. Something I really like in RPG is when it's not all just the same character model, like rigging. So, here we have the elf being shorter than the human, but still taller than the dwarf. I dig. It's such a small thing, but it's one of those things that, like, when I was one of the recent times I was playing Skyrim, I really came to appreciate the height difference between races. Like, when you're playing as a Breton female, you're like 5'2", and you're standing next to the Ebony Warrior, who is, honest to goodness, like 8 feet tall. It's pretty crazy. But, okay. Let's read these. Okay, listen, I'm gonna read these and act like I'm making some kind of decision. I'm not playing as the Kunari. So, this is one of my biases that comes from the first game. I hate the Kunari because I hate Sten. I hate Sten as a character. Like, he's really well written to make me hate him. Like, he is a hateable character, and I think from my experience with Mass Effect 1, I think that Rex is a better version of that character, of this guy from, like, a martial culture that's having to, like, you know, hang out with a bunch of weirdos that aren't his race and kind of deal with the cultural differences. But, like, there's a very distinct difference between how Sten is written and how Rex is written when it comes to challenging the player character. Because when Rex challenges Shepard, Shepard can, like, talk him down and explain to him, like, we've got to do the right thing here. And he's like, alright, okay, I see what you're saying. And I'm not happy about this, but I see what you're saying. And then later, he's like, you know, I appreciate the way you handled that. You know, it was good leadership and everything from Shepard, right? Meanwhile, in Dragon Age Origins, Sten is like, why are we not fighting the Darkspawn? And you're like, bro, we are literally... this thing we're doing right now is to get this, like, faction's help fighting the Darkspawn. Are you stupid? Why can you not see that's what we're doing? Okay. All of that said, I'm not playing as Kunari. So, Elf. Descendants of an ancient fallen empire, pushed to the margins in the past. Some elves are building a brighter future by exploring their civilization's lost wonders. Okay, that's interesting. I kind of like when a fantasy setting has elves and they are like they used to be the power and they no longer are. Kind of like in the Witcher series. And I played as an elf in my Dragon Age Origins playthrough, and I liked that. But let's see, human, an ambitious and prosperous people. Humanity's various kingdoms are the ascendant powers of this age. Okay. Kunari, feared and envied for their size and strength. By who? Some Kunari follow a strict philosophy from their homeland, while others joined different cultures generations ago. Okay, some interest there. Dwarf, clever and tough in equal measure. Dwarves cannot dream or wield magic, but possess a mysterious and ancient bond with the earth. While dwarves cannot use magic, their combat skills are feared across Thedas. Okay, I like. Okay, I like. I guess because they're the only ones that get a like, hey, hold up, they can't be mages like thing in their descriptor. They have to have this like important note, and the other races don't. They're going to go for elf, and I. Oh, okay. So I do it like this. All right. Okay. Like, basically, normal female body type. A little bit more... Oh, this is actually a guy. Well, okay, I said it like that because, like, on the actual thumbnail, on the left side of the screen, it's not as apparent. Like, not as apparent as this one. Slightly more Asiatic looking. Okay. It feels like the elf's body type. Hang on, let me look at a male. Definitely more slender through the hips. A little bit built in the upper body, but slender lower body. What I was going to say about these female body types. This one's not so much that way. Okay. What I was going to say is the center of gravity. Very low center of gravity on this. A little bit more slender. I think we're just going to go with, well, I don't know. Hang on. See, the thing that's throwing me off about this first one is her arms are just way too cut. Like, this, I mean, her thighs are not too disproportionate. I was going to say she looks like she skips leg day. Okay. I don't know, it also could just be skin tone, that this female's arms don't look the same. She has, like, scarring tattoos. Maybe there's another name for that other than tattoo, but... Or actually, maybe those are tattoos and they just look like those kind of scar tattoos you see in some cultures. Okay. I think I'm going to go for... average? No, I think... we're going to go for this body type. Okay. Alright, there you go. There you go, everybody. Okay. Rook's pronouns determine how she is addressed in the game. So, that means that the pronoun choice is not... when I say arbitrary, what I mean is, like, if you've got a game that just puts the pronouns in there and it doesn't change anything in the game, it's just something that the player sees. But if this actually has effect in dialogue, that's fine. And like, there's people out there that this selection, this choice right here, is their whole, like, game's automatically woke, whatever that means, right? But the like my stance on this is I don't care, but this is like for the player, like this is for you, the player, and in my opinion, this is one of those, like, this isn't a woke thing, this is a modern thing. Like, people emphasizing pronouns is a very recent modern thing about identity. And people have made it super political and everything that comes with that. But it's like I'm gonna firmly sit on the fence about this when it comes to this game. All right. And then you can also select your gender. Rook's gender affects how she sees herself, does not affect gameplay. Okay, interesting that it mentions does not affect gameplay. The classic Dark Souls, being male or female, like does not matter. It's okay, but it reflects how she sees herself. Now, does that have anything to do with characterization? Like Rook's characterization, or is this like a player facing thing? I don't know. Let's customize our appearance. What? Okay, it always throws me off in a game where there is a lighting. Oh, okay. Let's do this one because this is like this is what our character looks like when she's outside. Okay. No. Okay. So we've got one of these like triangle thingies. What are these? Oh, wow. This is... Oh, okay. So you can select these different heads and then move the triangle, like you're moving based on that axis. Or I don't know if that's an axis or not. These are all male heads. Like, that's female, that's female. 7 is female. Alright, let's set these to be female heads. This is a very... I've never seen a system like this for determining face shape. Okay. It is amazing how much is changing as I move this around. Like, how many things are changing at once is what I mean by amazing. I want her to have a little bit more slender of a face, but I actually don't hate this. There's a certain smug air about... Oh, you can hide the hair? Oh, baby. Okay. Yeah. Okay, if I hit back, is it going to accept this? Okay, that seems like it did. Complexion. Okay. Skin tone. Let's go. Whoa, that is not what I expected. Warm? Cool. No. Oh, you can actually adjust their melanin? Wow, okay. Definitely wasn't expecting a melanin slider in character creation. So if I take melanin all the way out, I actually don't hate the smooth complexion, smooth one. I like the idea of smooth one. Hey, girl, you got that smooth one complexion? Now, what... Other than... Okay, rich. What does that mean? See, I was expecting it to go, like, smooth to rough to... I don't know. I think I'm going to go back to smooth. What was the smooth that I liked? 2? I'm a simple man. Vitiligo? I've literally never said that word out loud. So does that mean you can have the... Does that mean you can have the kind of patchwork skin? I really don't know what it's changing. If it's changing anything. Okay. I'm not gonna get too in depth. Okay, this is not the... Okay, okay. Our hair is gonna be a different... Okay. I'm kind of cool with this. You can change her undergarments. Oh, yep. I don't know what I expected on that third option. Okay. Okay. Suddenly she's made of stone. Okay, we can make her absolutely jacked. That just looks wrong. Make her a big girl. I want her to be a bit more, like, normal. Okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, can you actually change? You can adjust the shoulders. Yeah, you can. So, I briefly played Dragon's Dogma and didn't like it. And when I was creating my character, I made her shoulders super wide, and I gave her like a short, dark hairstyle and stuff. And I took a screenshot and I sent it to a buddy of mine and said, "Look at Shadowheart." It just was really funny to me. I just like kind of like seeing what the extremes are. Okay. Hang on. I have to take a phone call. I think I can pause my stream. Alright. Apologies. Sorry. It's just one of those things. Okay. So earlier I was saying, or I was starting to say before the cutscene started, that it was my intention to stream for like 2 hours. But considering that I just had to like step away for a few minutes, I'm going to try to make up for that time on stream. And also, I'm going to try not to make this whole 2 hours just me making my waifu. Okay, I also use that as an opportunity to get myself some cold water because it is starting to move my mic closer. It's starting to warm up where I live, and I feel like so this is that's is the slider doing anything? See, like I'm so used to like a slider like this in a game just being like, yup. Okay. See, there we go. We can give her a more neutral waist. Yeah. Okay. Like, okay, but can you give her some just? Okay, apparently not. I was gonna say, but can you give her some absolutely just hips? I think we were like originally at like 15. Can change the size of her glutes. That does not seem to do anything either. Okay. Bulge size, I feel like is irrelevant for this for this body type. Okay. Did I not already do skin tone? Or did I go like straight? Or I guess I did skin tone in that earlier thing. Okay. Eye shape. We're not going to get too deep into this. Typically, I don't get too... Oh, you can... I've been seeing this a lot in games in recent years where your character can have heterochromia. In all of my years, I think I've only ever met one person with heterochromia. And she didn't have the, like, really... Like, because some people's heterochromia, or like when you see heterochromia in certain animals, it really stands out. Hers was way more subtle. Like, you actually had to be, like, face-to-face with her to see it. But that's cool for people who've got that. Silver eyes, that's cool. Blue-gray. Can I zoom in more? There we go. I definitely want her to have pretty eyes. Actually, oh, you give her violet eyes. You could make Yennefer in this game. Oh, that's cool. Just straight black eyes. That's cool. Okay. I kind of like the blue-green. Okay. Wow. Being able to have her eyes be bloodshot and have cataracts. That's interesting. Okay. Let's give her some... I just really feel like there being eyelash customization is too far. Okay. Let's give her some nice, natural-looking eyebrows. I've actually known girls with eyebrows like that. I'm kind of leaning towards this because it gives her face a certain sharpness. Okay. Simple man. Alright. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. For all of a second, I was like, what's mascara? Alright. I cannot tell a difference. Very cool, thank you. I'm not gonna worry about her nose because she's got a good nose. That is something so hard to get in your waifu simulator Oh, okay. It's not preset mouths. Okay. Her mouth is fine. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I always. Why won't you center up? I tend not to like fantasy that they're elves. The ears stick almost straight out. Like I don't like that aesthetically. So I like that there's some options here to have her. Oh, I didn't realize I cycled through. 2 is not bad, and they're more swept back. What's really the difference between 2 and 4? I really cannot. Oh, 2 is more like detached earlobe almost. Okay, I think 4 looks better for that reason. I'm not gonna. Oh, you could give your character cauliflower ear. That's really cool. Like, I think that's a cool thing for, like, roleplay. Here we go, the most important thing. Let's give her a cool haircut. Let's go all the way up. I like when, for convenience sake, that the devs make the first couple short hair, like, shaved. Alright. Look, everybody. It's woke. The game's woke. She has a woke side shave. She looks like half the characters I've made for Cyberpunk. Okay. She's an elf. I want her to have braids of some kind. Do they have... Look, if it has, like, my favorite female hairstyle on here, it's a 10 out of 10 waifu creator. But I'm not seeing it. Unless I just... This is like what half of everybody's female character in Dragon Age 2 looks like. I actually don't hate this. I actually really don't. This isn't bad. How about this? Not a fan of the, like, bow kind of deal going on in the back. Ah, this I like. This is good. This is pretty decent. Okay, that's number 36. This is the most Stacy haircut. Okay. My favorite kind of hairstyle for a female character is more like you could do it in Cyberpunk, but it's where there's like 2 small buns, almost like cat ears. Like Katya's hair is a lot on What We Do in the Shadows. Okay. I think it was 36 that I said? I mean, okay, let's actually don't hate this. This is way more practical. Like this is a real haircut. Like this is a real haircut for a girl that's a fighter. I actually really don't hate that. Okay. But I still kind of want her to have... Look at the body on that hair. Wow. Okay. I didn't really see something that's just like straight pigtails. Honestly, I don't hate this. Yeah, she's just like full samurai mode. Okay. Oh, I kind of dig going for a top knot. Okay. I'm leaning top knot since I can't get like a braided hairstyle. I don't know. It makes her. It really kind of emphasizes that sharp look to the face I was talking about. It's a third-person game. We have to pay attention to what it looks like from behind. I actually really don't hate this. But it'll... Oh, I was going to say that'll change depending on how I go for hair color. Interesting that this is... Like, the blue is subtle here. I wanted to go for the more extreme hair colors. This would look cool if the actual shaved part of her hair was not the same color. Okay. Am I just gonna have to force white? Okay. I really don't... It feels like it did not do anything until I got really... I really don't know what the saturation is doing. I was leaning white hair, but I feel like she doesn't have enough hair. Okay, this is just going to be the hardest part of the game for me. Is there something that looks like shoulder length? Oh, okay, that's very anime. Well, I say anime. To me, this looks like half the art I've seen of Link from, like Breath of the Wild. This is kind of what I was thinking when I started thinking of something a little bit like above shoulder length. Like, get the Adeptus Sororitas look, except, except not wide enough. This is very elf. Oh, especially with the little bit of jewelry in it. Again, I'm kind of coming back to this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if I'm going to go for silver hair, I feel like this is the look. Okay. What does... I was going to say, what does the scalp setting do? This is a lot of customization options, and I'm glad. Like, I'm glad that you have a lot of control over what your character looks like. All right, can we give her smoky eyes? Or I actually really like... Yes. Yes. This. Really like this. I like smoky eye makeup on women, but I also like these kind of hard lines. This looks really good. That's number 11. I'm trying to remember that. That's cool. But there's a thing I see some women do where they do a very light shade, like right at the inside, towards the bridge of the nose, and it just really makes some women's eyes pop. She kind of like this. It's a little bit more subtle. What are we... Oh, the color actually pops. Like, sometimes when you're doing this kind of, like, eye makeup, it doesn't really, like, when you change the color, it doesn't pop as much. Okay. You can add glitter to it. Oh, amazing. This probably goes really hard if you're more knowledgeable about makeup than me. I don't see what this is changing. Okay. Do we want to give her... Well, we can give her the kind of like... Does not appear to be doing anything how we have it set right now. But I'm not a big fan of lip makeup that has like the lines drawn on it. Okay, maybe it's because the intensity is set low. Yeah. Okay, and we want it... Is that actually... Okay, I was going to say, is that actually in the color? Okay, keep it dark. Again with the glitter. Okay. Yeah, she looks cool. I'm not really going to do any blush. Okay, I don't want facial tattoos. I can tell you that right now. Although, I mean, this is a lot of options. Okay, that's kind of cool. Actually, now I have to cycle through these if they're not all facial tattoos. If some of them are neck tattoo. Where's this? Where is this? Where is this tattoo? Okay. Because we could go for that, like, everybody's Dirge character on BG3 with the neck tattoo. Yeah, none of these really do it for me. Oh, okay, I'm stupid and I didn't see that I was just in a section called face tattoos. Okay, body tattoos. Why did it, like, drop in frame rate all of a sudden? Golly, that's, like, it's weird how much coverage the tattoo gets, or the tattoo option gives, where it's like, there's part on the leg, and the back, and the arms. I would almost prefer just to have arm options and leg options. I guess she's just not going to be a cool girl. It's I can't find... Oh, you can actually change it based on each... Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay. She's just... no tattoos. Yeah, I saw a post where somebody said that... Oh, that's interesting. That they always have to give their character like a facial scar, or the character's not interesting. I like, when it comes to like a facial scar, I kind of like something that's simple. And see, like, this one, where it's just straight over the eye, it's too overdone at this point. Over the bridge of the nose is interesting. That's not bad. Okay, but I like this one. Not going to worry about that. Okay, body scarring. Look at that. You can do the tattoo thing I was talking about earlier. Okay. You can kind of have some different ones. Some very, if I'm going to evoke The Witcher again. See, I wonder if this is your way of doing that kind of... Well, no, I guess it's more like burn marks. Just scars in the shape of a skeleton. Okay. I survived an autopsy special. Okay. Okay. We're just going to go for no body scars. Is that it? Are we done? Okay, well, we didn't look at paint. That's kind of like tattoos. Oh, wait, can I do... I can do this. No, This isn't quite what I was thinking. Nah. We can't do the kind of thing I was thinking of. I'm not going to do it. Alright. We're good, I think. Accept changes. Okay. Class. Alright, I have not put a ton of thought into this. So, we have Rogue. The Rogue's hallmarks are quick movement and reflexes. Whether wielding a bow or dual swords, they use powerful, precise strikes for lethal damage. I feel that's a little close to what I played in the first game. Warriors command the flow of the battlefield. Some lay waste with sword and shield, while others use a two-handed weapon and send enemies flying. You know, fair enough. Boring. Mages rain down fury with spells that incinerate, freeze, electrocute, and crush. Some cast from afar, while others prefer close quarters combat. Okay, interesting. What is it? Ah, so this shows your different. So we got Death Caller, so some kind of like necro kind of thing. Embrace the dark, drain life from enemies, and cast spells that writhe with the essence of death itself. Evoker, cast the Call the Void, freeze enemies in their tracks and summon the deepest cold to tear them apart. That's cool. Spellblade, Be the Storm, channel potent spells for close quarters combat infused with Lightning's Wrath. Oh, I mean, sure. So, what's starting outfit? Aspirational armor and casual wear. So the casual wear looks roughly the same. So I don't know what it means by aspirational armor, but the armors look fine. But I'm definitely leaning mage for sure. Okay. Faction. Your faction choice influences Rook's backstory and conversation choices. Okay, so this is... Wait. Okay, Grey Wardens. Rook is a Grey Warden, an ancient military order sworn to battle Darkspawn and other monsters. The Wardens undergo secret, unbreakable rites that grant them supernatural powers against the dark. Bonded in blood, gain reputation with the Grey Wardens more quickly. Blight Killer, deal increased damage versus the Darkspawn. And Vigilant training, base defense and health are slightly increased. Okay, that's kind of cool. Veil Jumpers. This daring group explores ancient elven ruins. Oh, that's kind of like what the kind of racial background thing said. Although founded by elves, they welcome anyone brave enough to face Arlathan's reality-warping magic. Close to the Veil. Gain reputation with the Veil Jumpers more quickly. Attuned strikes deal increased damage versus Fade Touched. Okay. Keen Eye, deal slightly increased critical and weak point. I kind of dig that. Also, this has kind of a monk look to it, and I dig it. I also kind of dig this, just solely based on the colors. Shadow Dragons. This underground resistance opposes corrupt rulers and slavery in Tevinter. Coming from all walks of life, they are determined to bring justice to the people. Gain reputations with the Shadow Dragons more quickly. Deal increased damage versus Venatori. And your class-specific resource regenerates more quickly, or slightly faster. Lords of Fortune. An informal collection of explorers, hunters, and treasure seekers from Ravane. The Rowdy Lords are famed for both daring exploits and narrow escapes. Gain reputation. Deal increased damage versus mercenaries, okay. Perform takedowns on enemies with slightly less effort. Okay. This elite necromantic order explores the mysteries of life and death and tends to the undead in Navarra's sprawling Grand Necropolis. Deal damage versus the undead and demons. Okay. And then, the Antivan Crows. You could choose Antivan Crow as a background. That's cool. I Oh, what was that? What was that character's name? Is it like Zevran from the first game? I didn't spend a whole lot of time with him, but I just automatically dig the crow aesthetic. So hold on, I like that the little bonus is you just have pockets, apparently. Hmm. It feels weird to be... This feels like this is the rogue choice, right? Like, not necessarily... Wait. It actually changes your whole outfit. It looks like... Whoops. No. What are we doing? Okay, and I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that it changes your surname. I have not even thought about a name for this character. Okay, where's our... Back to our aspirational... I really like the way this looks. I mean, like I said, because of the colors. I don't know, I'm almost leaning towards this, like, monk look. And it's also the increased critical and weak point damage. Sounds good. Okay. Hunter Secrets. When lives were at stake, Rook defied orders to rescue people from the mystic perils of Arlathan. On an expedition to ruins in the Arlathan forest, the Veil Jumpers found ruins that contained important lost lore and deadly danger. Barely surviving the ruins' ancient magical defenses, Rook's small team recovered an invaluable map leading to a hidden area of the forest. Although the team escaped and other Veil Jumpers found themselves trapped, Rook chose to return to the ruins, saving their teammates' lives, but losing the map. I feel like that's not written correctly. Rook chose to return to the ruins, saving her teammates' lives. But losing the map. I don't know, it's just a really clunky sentence. She was lauded for her bravery, but the map's loss caused some resentment. This reminds me of the origin that I had in Dragon Age Origins. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we're doing playstyle. Oh wait, is this difficulty? Okay, this is difficulty. Here for the story, a plunge into story with more forgiving combat. Keeper is here to build a party, a balanced combat experience that emphasizes party composition and equipment choices over reaction times. A balanced experience that places equal emphasis on combat, party composition, and equipment choices. Sounds better to me. Here to be pushed to the limit, overcome punishing odds, and save the world from unforgiving enemies. I don't know what it means by, like, defend timing. I'm just gonna... I don't want to play this game on, like, super hard, but... Here for brutality. You cannot change the difficulty. Cool. Oh, you can customize it. Okay. Wait, some settings may impact your enjoyment if customized. What a way to say it. Let's do the balanced. I haven't thought of a name. Hold on. That straight up, I hate when a game has like a randomized name option and the names suck. But this first option just made me instantly go like, oh yeah, her name's Chantro. Calais. Oh, I kind of like that. Esha. Philip. I'm sure y'all can hear one of my cats screaming out there. Okay, can I? Okay. Wait, what? I don't know what I... Oh, okay, sorry. When I'm not paying attention to the whole screen sometimes, I guess. But, I didn't realize when I hit triangle for customize that I was... You could customize the main character and a few events from previous game. Okay. And a few events from previous game Dragon Age Inquisition. Not from the previous game, or not just from Dragon Age Inquisition. From previous game Dragon Age Inquisition. That is really badly written. This will have some minor effects on the story, but can be skipped if you wish to move on. Okay, that's interesting. What I wanted to know is, can I not choose a name? Like, does it have to be random? Because I feel like I've already had... Oh my gosh. I hate when this happens. Maribel's kind of cool. Okay, so we've cycled through them. So they're not completely random. Veryl is actually kind of a cool name. I kind of like that for a girl, for an elf girl. Veryl. Choose Rook's voice, confirm, and continue by pressing R1. Okay, okay, let's... We get 2 options.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I do not like that one.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
That's really funny.
I'm glad you're here.
I don't like these voice options very much.
I'm glad you're here.
Okay, let's... Okay. Hold on, you could just straight up change... Or what... This... I have no idea what's going on with this. But, Okay, so... I've heard of Cassandra. Hang on a second. Just randomly make the Inquisitor a male human. And then not worry about their... Does this character show up? I feel like I'm messing with, Okay, now I want... I have no idea what this will affect, but... Give him to the Chantry, why not? I'm just gonna pick random things here. Okay. Since that had nothing to do with our character. So, I have a feeling that people are only ever going to call me Rook, and that my name doesn't matter for anybody but me. Alright. It's only taken me, like, over an hour. You could change your appearance later in the game. Cool. I only care about that when it comes to, like, changing hairstyle.
So, where were we? Oh, right. Him. Our best plan is to stop the Dreadwolf before he can perform his ritual. After following his trail across half the known world, we finally tracked him to Minrathous, capital of the Tevinter Imperium. But to find the Dreadwolf in a city this big, we need a local expert. So, naturally, our story begins where all great stories begin. With the seediest bar in town. And a missing contact.
Oh, we need our RPG to start in a tavern, I guess.
Let's try this again. Where's Nevgalis?
You think you can come into my bar and make demands?
Yay, BioWare dialogue. You know what? We're doing it. We're committing. We're gonna beat down the entire room to get the information. Try to convince the bar owner to give the... Okay. We're going full renegade.
Nevgalis is my only shot at finding the Dreadwolf. I'm not leaving until I know where she is. Be ready to talk by the time I get to you.
Darling, you're adorable. Not enough gold in the world for this.
Varric, now!
Meet Bianca. She'd like you to stay a while.
Pretty sure she just killed that guy.
Nevgalis.
Dumat Plaza. The Venatori cultists took her to Dumat Plaza.
Thanks. Your friend Nevgalis is at Duma Plaza.
Bro,
I heard.
I was gonna say he
That's why you're
obviously
my
would have heard
second in
that.
command. Although, for the record, there was probably an easier way to do that than fighting an entire bar.
Varric has noted that you like action more than war. Oh, Varric has noticed this. So, okay, I played like an hour of Dragon Age 2, so I know Varric's from Dragon Age 2, and I know Varric is, or I think Varric is like kind of beloved, but I also know Varric is like a noted liar, and that comes up in gameplay in really interesting ways. So, I'm kind of interested to see what Varric is like in this game. But okay. Oh, how am I supposed to enter? Oh, I didn't. I was. My options are thumbs up. I had you on my side. Clown logic, okay, but it worked though. Listen, I don't want to see that in a fantasy RPG. I don't want to see like I'm just telling you, the first time I hear some like Joss Whedon, James Gunn writing style in this, whatever works. What am I supposed to interpret this as? Tough guy? Let's go for I had you on my side.
What did I have to worry about? You were there watching my back.
Yeah.
Come on. Harding will be worried.
All right. Break's over.
I hope Nev's as good at finding people as you claim.
She's the best damn detective I've ever met. If she says she's got a lead on Solus, I believe her. The Archon's palace. Something must have
Whoa,
gotten
that was a
riled
really
up.
good transition to gameplay. Okay. This feels okay. I feel like this is like artificially slow at the moment.
Should we be in more of a hurry to get out of here?
We don't want to look conspicuous. Just get out of here nice and casual. Find Nev Gallus and stop Solus.
Andraste, I bless you.
So far this looks really
Still
good.
think you can talk him down before he starts his big ritual?
That ritual is going to tear down the veil. The only thing separating us from the Fade and an endless number of demons. I have to talk him down.
Wait! But I didn't do anything!
Get down.
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Word travels fast in Minrathous.
We've got to help her.
We don't have time to get arrested, especially if we... Oh, crap.
We're too late.
The ritual started. But if we hurry, we can still stop Solus before it finishes. Let's go!
Well, that's
Harding's
a
this way.
escalation in
Get us to Solus.
My guess is the veil is weakening, and they're slipping through the cracks.
And when the veil comes down completely,
And the whole world is going to look a lot like this.
Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
I'm actually really impressed with these transitions between cutscene and gameplay.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the door as quick as you can, okay?
thank you, miss.
Harding, you all right?
I've been doing what I can to help. The ritual must be weakening the veil. There are a lot of scared people out here.
And a lot of demons. Haven't seen this many come through the Fade in years.
And what about you two? Are you okay?
We're good, but we need to move.
Agreed. Solus isn't waiting, neither can we.
Have you got my gear?
Right over there. Where's Nev Gallus? Wasn't she at the meeting point?
The Venatori got to her first. They grabbed her before we arrived and paid off the bar owner to keep it quiet.
I'm not surprised our detective did something to piss off a cult of murderous blood mages, but their timing stinks. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Not a problem. I saw Dumont Plaza while I was scouting the area, and it was crawling with Venatori. Follow me.
Eyes up. We've got company.
Demon.
Okay. Perform a light attack with square. Use your light attack up to 3 times in a row to create an attack chain. The last hit is a final attack that fires multiple bolts simultaneously. Okay.
Here they come.
Okay. Hold No! Oh, it's an actual... Alright, I just messed up the timing on
I
that.
think that's the last of them.
Good. Let's get to Dumont Plaza and find Nev. You two all right? Patch yourselves up if you need it.
I don't get it. If Solus tears down the Veil, doesn't that destroy everything?
Solus always talked about how beautiful the ancient world was.
That world existed before the Veil, and he wants to bring it back.
Even if his ritual kills us all in the process.
I'm sure this, like, 9 gold that I just picked up is gonna change my life. Okay. Okay, so far, this game's kind of gorgeous, but I'm a little medium on the art style of, like, how the characters look in this world, like, compared to the world they're in. Oh, actually, nothing. Okay. Alright. Okay, so...
I think that's Dumont Plaza.
Let's move.
So... I don't know a lot about the lore or whatever, but, like... Okay, what I said is, I don't know a lot about the lore, but, like... There's, like, an airship, and...
I hate these assholes.
My phone alarm is going off to tell me it's time to go to bed. Okay. Let me turn that off really quick. Okay. So can I just... Okay, I can. Wasn't quite sure if I could just jump at will, or if it was completely contextual.
Looks like the Venatori put up a barrier to block the way.
Destroy nearby crystals, okay. Okay, it was just that.
Friendly bunch of cultists, aren't they?
Crossed paths with them in the Veil Jumpers. They were hunting for magic and putting people in danger.
Yep, that's them.
Okay. I mean, I know it's kind of slow rolling it just a little bit, but... combat automatically just feels better than I expected.
They're allies of Neb Gallen! Kill them all!
Arcane Shot. Use R1 to select your new Arcane Shot ability. It requires 100 mana to use. Mages generate mana over time. Okay. Select it.
Take your revenge!
I don't understand what happened, but okay. Ah, okay, so it has something to do with the fact that I'm out of mana.
Varric, hiding. Not the worst timing.
Nev, it's so good to see you. We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in this city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wanted to settle the score this time. Then the sky started raining demons. So I'm back on the job.
Appreciate it. Rook, this is Nev Gallus, our local expert. She's gonna help us find Solus. Nev, meet Rook. Harding and I found her a while back. Thought we could use an expert on trouble.
Rook, like the chess piece?
One of the strongest pieces on the board, but she tends to think in straight lines.
Okay. Okay. I kind of dig it. I kind of... Alright, I kind of like it. Okay.
Nice to meet you. Based on the Venatori, you've got excellent taste in enemies.
I do my best.
You said you had a lead?
I haven't seen Solus in person, but I did find hints of old magic, similar to what you get in Elven ruins. I traced it to a building beneath Our Lady of Victory. That's where your man is hiding.
Then let's go. Before this ritual he's doing gets any worse.
Worse, this ritual's already drawing more power than I'd expect from a dozen mages. You told me he was working alone.
I also told you he was an ancient elven god.
An elven god. Well, whatever he is, he's causing trouble in my city. Let's go.
All citizens in the Canal District must remain in their homes.
So, if we do catch Solus...
Not as smooth that time.
Whatever he calls himself, what's the plan?
He wants to bring down the veil. Hopefully that ritual takes his full attention.
So we catch him while he's doing his ritual, so he can't fight us.
That's the hope. If it comes to a straight-up fight, we're dead.
Wasn't this game originally called Dreadwolf, or was that, like, codename Dreadwolf? Like, that was their internal... Interesting architectural, like, art design here. But I'm still just kind of, like, blown away by the droid control ship from the Phantom Menace. Had a love child with a ship from 40K.
We can slide down the...
I'm getting too old for this.
It's weirding me out a lot that there are all of these, like, demons
There. That's the building I
that are just part of, like, the environment.
Looks like the Venatori also found it. And then demons found them.
Okay, anything... Oh, just... Nope. No, wait. Oh, yep. I cannot wait to just constantly jump because I'm trying to pick up an item. That's not like even a nitpick, but these masks are interesting. No idea what that is. Our Lady of Victory is a cool name. That's a very cool thing in my eyes. Like Our Lady, like guy who likes painting our Order of Our Martyred Lady Adeptus Sororitas figures likes Our Lady of Victory. Alright. Hold R2 to channel your magical energy into a beam. Channeling this attack consumes mana. Okay. Okay, I... Just kind of getting my timing completely wrong here.
Enchantment on the entrance. I can
Enchantment. Enchantment? Absolutely legendary video game character.
Solus is probably inside.
Sandal. I think I called him Shoe pretty consistently in my playthrough. At least that's how I remember it.
So this is the Dreadwolf's hideout.
One of them, at least. Not sure how long he's been here.
Hey,
Some of this looks ancient.
first of all,
Solus has been around longer than Manrathus itself.
shout out to the devs for not painting these ledges yellow. Look at that. That's lore. That right there's lore. Nobody has anything to say about this? Okay.
Broken chains. Solus is freeing slaves.
Solus hates slavery. One of the few things we actually agreed on.
He said the other elven gods were tyrants who oppressed his people. He was trying to help them.
What do you see?
No sign of Solus. Just a big glowing window or mirror or something.
Well, that sounds ominous.
I'm gonna give it a slight pass for the time being, because, like, maybe that's Varric's character is to talk like that, and I wouldn't know because I haven't played enough of the second game.
Ancient elves doing something to a dragon, I think.
Yeah. Trying to control it, maybe?
Solus said the other elven gods were evil. If they were binding dragons, he was right about that much, at least.
Was there an age of dragons? Oh, look at this wolf statue. That's pretty.
More demons.
See, I keep expecting to find, like, a chest or something. Oh, look at me finding solutions to, like...
It sounds like that opened something below.
Then let's have a look.
Really? That sounded like it opened something below. Like, we're like 3 feet away from it. We done found the man's home. Alright, look, a chest, finally. That's it? Just some gold?
This the big glowing window you saw earlier, Rook?
I think it's
You
an
were
illusion. I've seen a few in all
standing
of the
right
forest.
next to me!
They're elven.
It acts like a doorway from one place to another. Solus uses them to get around quickly.
He must have gone through it.
Feel like we didn't need that last line of dialogue, but okay. Are we about to go up in the fade?
Well, we're not in Minrathous anymore.
I know these trees. This is Arlethan Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. I've never seen anything like it.
The tremors are getting worse.
And we've got demons.
We're fine. It's fine. Okay, I do have a dodge.
And I thought the demons were bad back in Minrathous.
The Fade's a mess this close to the ritual. No telling what could come through.
So was that a health potion I was getting back from that?
Does it feel like those tremors are getting worse?
Keep moving and try not to think about it.
Press while sprinting? Okay. Have to get another opportunity to do that.
We get tremors every time one of those big crystals at the ritual site lights up.
Not many of them left to light. Might want to hurry.
Okay, it looks like my triangle attack hits more like close range. Yeah, I'm guessing these green pots are refills for my health potions, which is nice. Again, like, really. Okay, you know what? That's not bad. I like the ability to just, like, hit a trigger and then hit a face button instead of it being like a combo or anything like that. Hoppa. Anything behind? No.
Quite a few of them, aren't there?
Nothing compared to how many will get if Solus finishes his ritual.
Again, I'm really blown away by how pretty this game is. Okay, the multiple green pots. Alright, so we've got like a little bit of a... Yep.
We have to stop this demon quickly.
I dodged.
Watch the lightning!
Okay, I'm kind of wigging out. Just eating hits.
to get through the veil.
It's a pride demon. Damn thing probably sensed Solus's ego.
Okay. Not horrible. I ate some hits due to just some bad timing on my part.
Let's get to Solus.
I feel like he didn't need a helping hand. It was just like... Okay. He looks good. Like, as far as his character design, he looks good.
All right. I'll take it from here.
Are you sure?
Positive. You three just keep the demons off me while I talk to him.
Varric, Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
You know what? I'll support him.
We've got you back. If anyone can get through to him, you can.
Thanks, Rook. Whatever else he is, he's my friend. And if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
Bianca is actually a really great name for your weapon. It's just got like a certain sexiness to it.
Take care of the team for me. Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Let's buy him some time.
I hope Varric is getting through to Solus. You better talk fast. You can't hold these demons off forever.
Oh, these feel more like wraiths than demons.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize the... People are dying right now. You need to listen.
Dang, he went right for the gun.
Please.
People are always dying. It is what they do.
Okay.
Shit. We need a better plan.
Do you want me to take the shot?
Won't work. He's too powerful.
What if we disrupt the ritual?
How?
See those statues? If we break the scaffolding holding that one up, the whole thing will come down on Solus.
It's risky. Interrupting a ritual of this scale will have consequences.
And what about the demons? Varric needs us to hold them off.
Right, you two stay here. I'll bring down the statue.
What? No. Stepping into all that raw magic is suicide.
The storm could tear you apart.
Anyone got a better idea?
Fine, but you'll need backup. I'm with you.
I'm a mage. I'll go.
Either way, someone needs to stay back and deal with the demons.
I'm getting that Mass Effect somebody... Okay, so it's just... I don't know, there's a part of me that's like, well, my character has known Harding longer. It makes more sense.
Let's go, Harding. Nev, keep the demons off us.
You got it.
Oh, you know what? I spoke too soon about the yellow ledges. The
it! Bring down that scaffolding!
the red circle for that falling debris was great.
Why tear down the Veil, knowing all the lives it'll cost?
We shared a journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
The pillar's weak, but
It isn't falling. We need to push it.
I'm with you.
We need to push this whole statue down.
You came a long way and made a valiant effort, Varric, but this story does not end with my downfall.
It ends with the downfall of this statue. Somebody's getting stabbed.
Varric! 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 Oh no, no, no! Harding!
Let's go. This way. This way.
So I'm guessing those might be some of the elven gods or something. That was a... Alright, well, here's our title drop. Wow.
You have no idea what you have done.
Solus. I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world. When you disrupted my ritual, the magical energies pulled me here, into the Fade.
Okay, so that's why you're here. But why am I here?
Your physical body is unconscious, but you shed a few drops of blood at the ritual site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic.
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic. Secondly, had I the power to control you, I would already have used it.
Okay, what is this line? Okay, so I got hit on the head. This is important. And somehow gets, I'm hearing the Fade. And he's like, first of all, I hate blood magic. Like, it's not like my character purposely committed an act of blood magic.
Alright, you brought me here to talk. What are we talking about?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods. The creatures that escaped. In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped. When I rebelled, they drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until I trapped them. Thanks to you, though, I am now trapped, and the blighted elven gods walk free.
I'm sorry. Okay, why should I believe you is fine, you let them out is fine, but sure, you're the hero.
Thanks to me. I wasn't the one performing a big ritual to free them.
Free them? My mortal enemies. I was ensuring that they would never escape their prison.
You were tearing down the veil.
I had a plan.
Varric always said you'd have a big explanation for why none of this was your fault.
Varric?
Yeah, he said that's your style. Never quite lies, clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is...
No, he's more than hurt.
Quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
So those things
that was a good
got
line.
out, you said they were gods?
They said they were gods. Blighted, tyrannical, sadistic gods. It took all my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
Okay, now I'm worried. Gosh. Okay, that's just not earned at all. Sarcasm, really? Wow. I feel like just keep blaming him is actually really funny.
That's really helpful. What are you, the elven god of sarcasm?
Lies, treachery, and rebellion, depending upon the story. And how could I help? I do not have my ritual dagger. I cannot access my network of mirrors to travel from the lighthouse to anywhere in the world. All I can offer is what I know.
Helpful advice from the elven god of, and I am quoting you here, lies, treachery, and rebellion.
Depending on the story.
Elganan and Gillenane are your problem to solve.
This is your responsibility now. Why? Why tear down the veil?
Do you want me to take the shot?
You have no idea what you have done. This is your responsibility now.
Well, look who's still with us.
Varric, you're okay. But I saw Solus stab you. You fell.
Trust me, kid. I've had worse. It'd take more than a flesh wound to stop me.
I'm sorry, a flesh wound is
Don't think I'll be
like
making it
a
out to the
foot-long
field
dagger
anytime
going
soon,
through your
though.
chest. Also, that line delivery of her saying that felt a little more. Oh, interesting. Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. Why could they not fit that up here?
I should have come up with a better plan. I should have...
You worked with what you had, and you succeeded, by the way. World isn't drowning in demons.
It isn't over, though. We trapped Solus in the Fade, but something else got out. Something...
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. Like the expedition where you lost that invaluable map, but saved your friends. There's a reason I dragged you into this whole Solus mess. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
Rook? You're awake. Sorry, I didn't mean to barge in. I was just looking for Elfroot.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna stretch my legs.
Oh, Rook. Watch your step out there. If you put a foot wrong, you'll fall forever. Yeah, on top of everything else, the Illuvian took us to the Fade. The place where dreams come from, so... that. Yeah.
Then I really need to look around.
Yeah, you should. And we should talk about things. Maybe find Nev. She's outside, looking around. There's a room with a table down the stairs. I'll meet you there.
Go ahead, Rook. Me, I need to sleep.
He needs to sleep off the dagger
See you
wound
later,
to his
kid.
chest cavity. Okay. Assuming it's going to give me control. Okay. I think this is a good spot for me to call it for the night so I can go to bed and everything. But, okay. First of all, my plan is to keep streaming this because I'm not hating this. I'll be streaming this again tomorrow. Probably starting at an earlier time so I can play more of it. But I just had things going on today. Okay. Not a horrible first impression. The writing is a little meh on the kind of character dialogue stuff. And there's some weird... I haven't really pointed it out, but you could see it a little bit in that scene just then. There's some weird, like, direction to the cinematics as far as, like, the cuts and, like, the like, blocking of the characters. It's a little weird, but I feel like I'm being a little nitpicky on that. But I feel like the dialogue writing, if it's gonna be like this throughout the game, it's probably gonna annoy me more often than not. Like I'm gonna try not to like overemphasize that or talk about it constantly, but yeah, like I said, that definitely feels like it's going to be a little bit of a it's not going to be deal breaking or anything for me, but well, hopefully. I say that. It could just get too bad. But yeah, like I said, not a horrible first impression, and like I said, the game looks great, and so far the combat feels fine. But I think part of that is that I chose to go for a ranged, like, mage character. But anyway, if you've stuck it out through this, even with the like few minutes I had to take a break, answer that phone call and everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking it out. Hopefully I can, make this, kind of stream series of this game something unique, like a just a different take on this game. That's not just, oh, it's woke and bad, and not just outright like blindly defending it. I want to give this game, like, I want to judge this game by its own merits and see if I like it and everything. But again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.